We're picking up where we left off here outside National Cathedral. Where we left off, the family was starting to make their way inside there. We're expecting any moment now for the family to take their seat. Once they do just that, they will then take the casket that has former President Jimmy Carter and bring it into the cathedral, and the next part of the service will begin. As soon as that happens, we'll bring it to you, but we have people to talk about the efforts of President Jimmy Carter and his wife Rosalynn here in studio with us. We would love to welcome back here. We have both Aubrey Hostetler here. I'm trying to get it.
You're doing great.
Thank you, Aubrey. Much appreciated. And of course, we have Jim Morris here as well. Welcome back, you two.
Thank you.
Of course. So we've been talking about the Carter Project. And like we mentioned in the last hour, the Carter Project, it's almost like a housing blitz where people can go out and make a difference and work with the organization Habitat for Humanity. So much great work has been done through the Carters in that organization.
Yeah, 35 years. And we got to participate in 2018 when it was in South Bend. And we took some teams up there to volunteer. I got a chance to meet President Carter and Rosalynn, and what we recognized, because he was 94 at the time, is that he was all about work. He did the thing of doing the media, and he was graceful, but he was really emblematic of putting faith in action, and he just was out there to work. So he gave that example of getting out there and hammering, and would encourage others to do so as the same.
So I want to highlight something here. Since 1984, and I made note of this here, 108,000 volunteers have come forward, and there have been over 4,400 homes built. And not only that, the impact right here for Hoosiers, those homes have been built right in South Bend and Mishawaka. And that is where you two come in, because again, you highlighted that moment where you actually got to go meet them, take photos with them, and well into the 90s. He is there with his hammer just going.
You're exactly right. And so I think one of the things that President Carter loved so much about Habitat was not only getting to meet the volunteers, but the homeowners as well. So he would go around to each home that he helped build, give them a gift, and then take a picture with the volunteers. We had this moment with him, and then he turned around, slowly looked at us and said, "Now get back to work." So that servant leadership on display.
I think we need to highlight, much different than we did in the last hour here, the human rights aspect of this. There were so many people that benefited from Habitat for Humanity that received a spotlight on affordable housing, and this was way before people were really talking about this at the dinner table. It was something you really didn't talk about when he started his work with the organization.
Yeah, I mean, pre-President Carter's involvement, relatively unknown mission. After his involvement, it became a worldwide awareness around the needs and the importance of affordable housing throughout the world. We're now in 70 countries worldwide, and his impact was enormous in helping to advance that.
Now, of course, the legacy itself is the fact that, he is synonymous with the organization Habitat for Humanity. But where do you think you guys go in the future as far as preserving that legacy and building on it?
We're very excited that the Carter Work Project will continue. It'll take place in Texas this year, and so that's one piece. People can pick up a hammer. You heard at Senator Delaney talking about how that inspired him to pick up a hammer, and we're using Jimmy Carter's servant leadership to help inspire others to get involved locally or through the Carter Work Project as it continues.
My goodness, Jim, Aubrey, thank you so much. We are so happy to have you here to honor the life of former President Jimmy Carter.